How you doing? I am happy to see you again. I am happy to see you again. I hope that you had an awesome day today. Did you have an awesome day? Kindly let me know in the comments if you had an awesome day. Share some of the things that made your day exciting. Share some of the things that maybe made your day not okay. If you just feel like venting, I would like to read about it. I really would. And I will comment and respond. Yes, I will. So, once again, hi, how are you doing? Hey, you got a, those are horrible. The other day I saw you moving all around with your shirt off. Could that be why? I think you were you in the rain that day? I saw you outside, looked like you had water. Was it raining? And your shirt was off? I hope you feel better. I hope you feel better. The head cold is painful. It's awful. That looks like the sun is trying to come out. It's not nighttime, but I just closed my blinds, makes it look like it's nighttime because I have blackout curtains. I'm trying not to fall asleep too early. Oh, okay. Well, you sometimes you gotta chill out. Every now and then I don't go live. I don't go live all the time. Sometimes maybe just once a day. Sometimes 3 times a day. Sometimes 4 times a day. But I try to catch up. I try to play catch up when I do feel okay. Like today, I'm trying not to go to sleep too early. So yeah. Hmm. But anyway, welcome to the live. I'm just chilling. And as you can tell, it is. I don't speak Spanish, but I do understand that. I think that's hello, how are you? But I do not speak Spanish. Hola, ¿cómo está tu bien yo? I don't speak Spanish. Anglais. Jesus Romero, how are you? I hope you are fine. I only speak English and some other broken English. Hi, 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 hi. Hola, hello, ça va? Bonjour, 안녕하세요. Hi, namaste. And that's about it. No habla español. No habla español. Sorry. You better use Google Translate. Google Translate. I guess I could use Google Translate, but it's too much effort. Mucho tiempo. Don't know. I hope you are okay. I was about to ask you something in Spanish, but I mean in French, but that would do no good. What's up, JG? You still out here scrolling and swapping? My stomach still feels fine. I should have actually made me something hot to drink. I didn't feel like drinking anything hot at the time. The rain just finally stopped. It said it was going to stop at 7:30, but like it stopped a little bit earlier. Now the sun, you see the sun's trying to come out because that's daylight right there. I just closed my blackout curtains and it looks like it's like nighttime in the room, but that's just daylight curtains. I mean, blackout curtains. I love blackout curtains because I want it to look like night. It looks like night instantly. I don't know why people keep talking Spanish to me. Yeah, it got pretty bad here too. That's why I was saying I was going to get off so I could put my devices on the charger just in case. But thankfully, the power just kind of blinked a couple of times, but it didn't go off. They let that power go off for the most part, unless something really breaks something. But sometimes, the electric company they turn off the power. Cause I know, like one time during that one bad hurricane we had, they said they had turned off the power in order to save whatever. Because like when the power is on and something happens while it's actually on, they were like saying it damages more whatever. So sometimes they actually shut it down when they see the storm is about to hit. And then when all looks okay, then they turn it back on. But now it's quiet and the sun is trying to come out. It's always interesting when the sun comes out at the end of the day and it has this golden, like, light glow or whatever. I love to see it. Yeah. I'm trying not to go to sleep too early. Did your daddy point to the kitchen this evening? Did your daddy point to the kitchen this evening? I shall not fall asleep. So how are you doing in the background? Oh, jambalaya. Okay. I'm watching these Cajun people on the cooking channel, on the Create channel, the PBS Create channel, one that does all the like, you know, create shows, cooking, travel, and all those kind of things, quilting, whatever, painting, jambalaya with what, sausage and potatoes, tomatoes, peppers. Oh, you did a seafood jambalaya. Mama, that's you or Mocha? Must be Mocha. Mocha was hiding. Sausage and shrimp. You and that shrimp. Mocha. I know that's got to be you because I hear you, Mocha. Came out from hiding. Mocha. Mocha. How you creeped in here? You must already been in here. Mom, Mocha came out. Oh, okay. Oh, Lord. Ugh. It's like this weather feels kind of. Now I feel like I'm getting cold. Feel like I need to put my pajamas back on. My pajamas. That's why I always sleep with a comforter on my bed. 'Cause sometimes I just get cold. It gets cold. And then the next minute, I feel like I'm getting hot. But if you know about that, you know about that. Some of y'all don't know nothing about all that. 1 minute you're cold, 1 minute you're hot. But it's rain, so I guess it's gonna cool down. I really didn't even look at the forecast. The forecast is like all over the place. That's why I like to keep my comforter on my bed and my socks on my feet. So I don't have to deal with those cool changes. So how are you doing in the background? Okay. I just came back to see if I could catch up with some of the subscribers and non-subscribers that pop in late. I realized I came in straight after work, and I know a lot of people are still at work. And those who don't work, they're always all over the place. My stomach just doesn't feel good. I ate Taco Bell. Have you ever eaten Taco Bell and realized that your stomach hurts? And I know some people like, oh, I don't like Taco Bell. I don't really like Taco Bell either, but I ended up going there to get something to eat because I was hungry. Now I'm like paying for it. Thankfully, I did not have like vomiting and diarrhea, but my stomach is, I believe, like a mild form of food poisoning. But food poisoning has different levels, just like most things have different levels. And my stomach definitely feels like indigestion, very bloated, and it just has this little achy feeling in there. Which, from having severe food poisoning, I know that's definitely got to be food poisoning based on those like painful, crampy feelings. So be careful when you eat out. Listen to your body. If your body says don't eat it like I did. Because that stuff tasted a little different. I wouldn't say it was spoiled, but something on there was definitely not exactly the way it should be. Yeah. Old and dirty. What? Now you can't speak. I've been to that location before and I never had a problem. So sometimes it's gonna be the workers. So that's why I say you have to be careful when you say the company name. If you say the company name, you really need to be careful because every location and every worker does not do what other workers do. You know what I mean? Some workers just don't do what they're supposed to do, and then other people, you know, get caught up in their poor choices. I'll just say that. That's why I try to be careful before I say, like, oh, KFC said or did. No. Maybe that local manager, or maybe that assistant manager, maybe that person who was cooking the chicken at that local. You get what I'm saying? All right. So we don't want to drag Taco Bell just because a couple of locations are whatever they're doing. We're not going to really put a word on it. All I know is I went there Sunday morning and I was just not well. Happy Wednesday again. We meet again. Had to come back from more torture. I was seeing who I can catch in the building, and I'm not tarrying because I'm tired. I'm just trying to fight the sleep. I'm trying to fight the sleep. I don't know how far I'm gonna get because I am like going on fumes. And they're no good. Where I think if I'm not mistaken, I think just Jazzy has said the same thing. I know Nika did. Nika had got sick before she departed the family and started hiding in the background. Yeah. Yes, we meet again. Yeah, she was saying she had got sick by Taco Bell. But once again, it's not every location. I'm not gonna stand here and let somebody say that I'm butchering Taco Bell. I'm just speaking about where I was Sunday, even though I didn't call them out and put them on blast. Yeah. But my stomach definitely does not feel well, so I know that it's like a mild poison, food poisoning. No way. JG was already telling all kind of things about me that were not true. Talking about I was slobbing. I was like, if I was slobbing, surely I would be the first one to tell you. But if I was slobbing when I woke up, I would have had slob on my hand, or on my arm, or wherever. I have slob on me. He just trying to say something. I told him he was being mean. But whatever it is, you can go check it out yourself. I need to watch hours. Go check it out. I think I hashtag sleeping in that video. Yeah. You go back and watch it to see if you can find it, and let me know what timestamp you found it on since you want to do something. pump up the watch hours, and you tag me in the clip. I think I got it where you can make clips. I don't think I got that cut off. He just trying to, like he tell me, he's just trying to drag it. And if I was, it's okay. I think we all slob at some point. It's all good. I ain't mad. That's why I left it right up there. So my future generations and my future grandchildren can see their great grandma and grandma, great great grandma sleeping. That's what I focus on. Is for my grandchildren. Ha 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 ha. It's for my future generations. Mm-hmm. As long as YouTube don't take it down. If YouTube start doing like Facebook, talking about they only giving you 30 days for your uploads and videos or whatever they trying to do on Facebook. It's like it almost makes you not want to put content up because you only have a short window, and then they're gonna pull it up, pull it down. Oh, okay. Yeah, I saw that one time when I was doing something about the timestamps that they're like you can have them built in or I guess not, and you can like create chapters. I've never done. Have I ever done that? I think I did it one time a long time ago, but I never tried to do it again. I did it on my laptop app thing, timestamps. Yeah, my stomach is. I don't know. I just don't feel like drinking something hot, but I probably need to drink something hot. But I just don't feel hungry, and I don't want to keep eating when I don't necessarily feel hungry. That's just not good. It makes my stomach feel like worse, you know. You keep on eating, and your body has already said stop. It's a part of self control when it comes to eating. Eating temperately. But anyway, no, Just Jazzy said her world changed after her daughter graduated high school, juggling her new normal. Uh-oh, seafood fraud, Diavolo. Oh, I'm like, what is that sound? You said you go back to work on what day now, Mister Miller, the Motor Beach Minister. Reminded me again for my old timers. I got old timers. I think you said the what 17th? Is that what it was? For the 9 months I carried you, growing. Oh no 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 no. Growing inside me, no charge. When's it? You go back to work on the 17th. I know I remember something about the 17th. That's awkward. You did it like that on purpose that you ended in the middle of a week. You like the you like the awkwardness. I feel like eating chocolate chip cookies. There was this store called You Save in my hometown, and I'm gonna guess it's like a local chain. Like you started at the police department. When is it? What you mean you started at the police department? They building something? Wow. Well, congratulations. But anyway, I used to get these cookies from this store supermarket called You Save from their deli. And when I tell you, for me, those cookies were just the way I liked them. Not too crunchy, not too soft. They were like a great even in between the texture, the flavor of the batter, the flavor of the chocolate. When I tell you those cookies were for. I would say I'm not gonna say to die for them, but they were just like, oh. And I just thought about that cookie. I remember that cookie. I remembered that cookie, and it was one of those like big cookies. Building another part. Oh, okay, cool. Make sure you just work there. Don't go visiting, okay? But yeah, those cookies were big. And when I say those cookies were yum, 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 they were yum, yum, yum. Olga, you made stew. Okay, the rain has stopped. The sun is trying to come out at the end of the day. That is the evidence of the sun outside, but I've closed my black. Them jail days are over. Okay, I hear you. You know, a lot of people have been saying, and that's the same thing I thought too. And I'm not going down this road, but I'm just making this public service announcement. Keep your ID on you. 'Cause they say a lot of crazy stuff been going on. People have been. I've been seeing it on social media today. I don't know. I guess you probably saw it too. A lot of us that like to run around without any identification on our person, so to speak. Even though I've heard many all kind of stories that people have ID and they still don't look at their IDs. I don't know. There's a conspiracy going on, but is a conspiracy the right word? Nah, I'm not gonna say that. But just keep your head up. What did you make for dinner? Y'all the only ones cooking. I didn't even eat dinner. I just ate those cucumbers and those little bitty interesting tomatoes. Those teeny weeny weeny weeny. I think those are actually Romas, but they just grew in a very awkward place and they just didn't produce a large size because to me they look like very miniature Romas. Yeah. I feel myself getting sleepy. Shrimp and sausage. Yep. The fam popped up again. I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I just popped in though, just out of curiosity, because I know it's still early. And if I go to bed now, I'm gonna hopefully I don't pop up like I did last night, because I was up before midnight and that was not cool. And then I could not go back to sleep, but I was sleeping. So then I had to tell myself, self, go to bed, because morning comes too fast, and it did. Because when my alarm went off for me to start my morning prayer time, I was like, no. I'm like, no, it can't be. It can't be that time already. But surely it was. So I guess Olga, your stew turned out well, and JG said his jambalaya turned out well. And you got to make it yourself, Olga. Seems like you like cooking. Seems that way. Jambalaya. Yeah, this is a roll call. It's very expensive too. Yeah, some things are expensive to make, especially depending on the ingredients that you choose to put in it. You can make it on a higher end or medium or lower end, right? And my foot is hurting. My foot is reacting. If you know what that's like, if your foot and your joints are reacting to this weather, Lord help. My foot has been like burning. I mean, burning. I had put that ointment on there, but that ointment, I don't know. It does what it does, but it doesn't really do much. I felt like I wanted to take my foot off and put it down. I heard somebody say something like that because like your foot hurts so bad that you want to like take it off and put it down. Whew, that's why I had to get off my feet because I was like, Lord, help me. Mm-mm-mm. Preoperative class today. Oh, okay. A class? Oh, you mean like a training class? Preoperative class. A class? Now, I've been through a certain procedures and whatnot, but I've never had a class. You mean like a Lamaze class where people go for childbirth? You must have a very interesting, um, whatever you call it, prep you for my knee replacement. So they teach you how to, like, before, during, and after, I guess, what you need to plan for, what you need to know, and all that kind of stuff. How you need to walk. I hope they tell you how to properly prop your foot. Because I never forget when I did that, when I had my foot surgery and I was not propping my foot well. And then I got this very bad bed sore on my heel because not knowing I was putting my heel on the couch, on the armrest of the couch. And then I was putting pressure, obviously, on my heel. And I was doing it day in, day out because of the surgery. And I wasn't able to walk. And the next thing I know, my heel started burning. And then I had this awful sore by the time I went back to the doctor's office to get them to check it. It was an awful story. You can still see it now. And then when I tell you that this was like a long time ago, like over 2 decades ago, and my heel is still irritated, that just tells you how deep it went in. Because that sore, because I wasn't supposed to take the bandages off my foot, I think, for like 3 weeks or something like that. The doctor was supposed to take them off. I was supposed to leave it on. So even though I felt my heel hurting, what I should have done, knowing what I know now, I should have called the doctor's office instead of dealing with that severely uncomfortable pain. It was painful, but then that thing, my shoulder is waiting on these people to call me, and they're dragging their feet as usual. And just like this lady Kay said, and I know that it shouldn't take that long to get a referral. No, no, not the referral. I'm thinking about another thing I'm waiting on a referral for. But my shoulder is waiting on some paperwork as well. But the referral I need is for something else. Yeah, I got a lot of medical things going on as usual. My shoulder is constantly aching. That's why you notice I have these weird ways of laying in the bed because there's only a few ways that I could actually lay down without hurting my shoulder. And most of the time I just lay like on my back, which I'm not a black back sleeper. I was always a tummy sleeper, but nowadays I have to keep forcing myself to lay on my back because if I lay on my front, then it pushes my shoulder in a very awkward way that causes it to hurt more because it pushes it in the direction of where the problem is in my shoulder. So I have to like lay back on it as opposed to laying on my tummy. But the weird thing is I can lay on my side on it, but I have to lay on it in like the right way, and I can't like lean too far. Yeah. They're gonna get in there and go picking around in my shoulder probably. Most likely. I'm pretty much 90% sure that's what's gonna happen. Yeah. Because my bone keeps like bumping on the other bone, the one that goes across right here. So it really causes a lot of pain. And when it decides to flare up, it's like I can't move my arm. So that's the part we gotta do something about. Yeah, that's what I mean by picking around. But we shall see. I started taking these pills again, and now I'm taking them twice a day. It's helping it to feel better, but still, when I move my arm or like if I'm driving, by the time I get to work in the morning, if I drive with my left hand, which is the shoulder, the left hand is attached to the shoulder, that gives me a problem. If I literally drive with my left hand to work, by the time I get to work, my arm is like in excruciating pain because of my shoulder. reacting just to the fact that I'm driving and I'm not doing anything rigorous or whatever, just that it begins to hurt. Yeah. That's what's up with that. My shoulder's been hurting ever since I heard it. Yeah. And it's going to keep on hurting unless I do something about it. I know you keep telling me that. You keep telling me that, but to be out of town having somebody do something is kind of, a bit much. Really? Abnormal person? What's up? What's up? What's up? How you gonna think the house got struck by lightning and you cut the AC off? So I guess the thunder is still going pretty bad then. Oh wow. Well, I pray for you guys' safety. You guys don't have any flood warnings, do you? This is not a time to ignore them in light of the fact that so many things are going on. Natalis. Turn your hair dryer off. What the world? Anyways, let me get out of here before I start fading into talking gibberish and falling asleep. 'Cause I'm going down, I'm going down, I'm going down. Thank you guys for coming back to Vibe with the Old Girl. You already know that there's much love and much appreciation felt in the old ticker. Ain't got no hair. You so funny. You can still dry your head. Let me get out of here for real before I fall asleep on the live. And that we know we are not doing. See, I'm already going halfway off the camera. But nice to meet you, new people in the background. I see you already exiting, but don't exit without saying bye. I saw you already. As soon as I say start saying bye, I'm gonna stop saying bye or I'm about to go because some people just start dipping. They start dipping out. Like, no, say bye. But anyway, I think all the newbies are out of here. I know. I am tired. I am exhausted because, like I said, I've been up since like, I pretty much been up since like midnight, and I really did not rest well after that. Good night, peace, love, and joy. Always remember that you two are special. And if you can't be anything, just be good. Peace. Bye for now. Bye.